Hello, welcome to Miemie's Keepsakes. I'm Marnell. Today we're playing again with all these paper pieces that I dyed yesterday. If you didn't see yesterday's video, go watch it. I followed Louisa Heinzel's video on how she dyed some paper scraps, or she called it jazzing up her paper scraps. So these are the ones that I did yesterday. They were left over from envelopes that the stamps were glued on here, and I soaked them, and these were the ones that I dyed. So you can see here, this was the stamp, the Tim Holtz stamp with the butterflies, and how it reacted to, like over here, the watered down gesso. And I just love it. Like it, you can still see it's a butterfly, but it kind of just faded it into the background, and that's what we want for the fodder. So what I did off screen, I made a collage with some book pages, but mostly of the fodder pages or fodder pieces that I made yesterday. And like you can still see, like over here, the writing and the mail stamp there again. And then this one is like the inside of the envelope. I just thought it looked really interesting with the inks and gesso on top. So we'll be cutting those into tags and belly bands and all kinds of things. Let's start by doing this and just squaring. So I did this on a craft file folder that I bought from the thrift store. So I just want to make this edge straight. By just taking off a smidgen, just whatever is on here. And then there. So we'll cut these. Let's make I'm not gonna measure, just a tag shape with this, and let's make I'll flip it over so I can fit this into the cutter easily. Some journaling cards, and I was thinking I want to do a couple of belly bands. I don't have any prepared. I don't even think I'm gonna, maybe I should just neaten this up. So belly band, throw that in the garbage, and let's do another belly band and one more, and then we kind of have a tag left. Just clean this up as well. Okay, so that's our masterboard. So these I will let's see if we can make a couple of which one will work. We'll sacrifice this belly band and make a couple of, sorry, I'm off screen, make a couple of whale tail bunches or tags from this. Whoops. Just do something different. Oh, sorry. I'm making a lot of noise. Okay. So we have so the tabs you just have to fold them over, and I'm just gonna use my spreader just to fold them, and you will, if you have a page, this goes onto the page. These whale tail bunches are from Stampin' Up. They don't have them anymore, but you can buy them on probably eBay or Etsy if you have a look on there. They are really very nice to use. And there's other kind of tab punches as well that you can use. So see, like this one, because the paper is on the fold, it's coming off, but I'll just glue it again on there. So these were all made like with recycled pieces. The file folder was in the thrift store. Somebody bought it and didn't use it anymore. And all the papers were pieces that I would have thrown them away after I soaked and got the stamps, because that's what I was interested in, was the stamps, but now I'm using it for something else. So it's recycling paper. So I will cut these into stamp shapes. Maybe this one, just half it, and make it into a stamp. A stamp. A small fat tag. It's kind of like a weird short stubby tag. And I will either just leave them, put them in the journal as is, or maybe, you know, decorate it more. I'm not going to do that today. I want to make other things too. So this one, let's make 2 journaling cards out of them, or can even be used, this one, as a pocket or a tuck. So you know, you'll add stickers or cutouts, fussy cuts. These are the belly bands, so they just go over your page. I probably will do it this way, or if you have a shorter page, a belly band like this, you'll glue it there and there, and then the tag goes in underneath. And I don't even think I would decorate this more, but you know, once you use it in a journal, that might change. And this one, let's make a longer tag and a really short one. So there's one tag, and then this one. Maybe if we have time, we'll decorate one at the end. So there. Next, I want to also, these are obviously perfect for collage, but also perfect to make snippet rolls. Let's just put this somewhere on this table. So I would, for snippet rolls, I have brought in a couple of things. So I have pages from my glue book that I just made, you know, just painted with watercolors, and I also brought in some, like this is just a page from the glue book where I just inked pieces on the page. And I mean, if you start tearing this up, it's perfect. And I also brought in some pages from my Fodder book that I had a video on the other day, and we made envelopes on those. And what else do I have? Some sewing pattern paper, scrap paper from my scrap pile. I have some paint chip samples. I have a small book from Beatrix Potter with small illustrations in it. This one has Canada 1958, but it has small, like little black and white photos that I thought would work well with a busy background. And this one as well, it's Popular Antiques and Their Values, and it simply has these small black and white pieces that I can fussy tear or fussy cut out to add to my snippet rolls. And of course, vintage papers, colored papers, more pieces from books, and just small pieces of scrap paper that you know, most of us keep some scrap papers. And then obviously the next thing you'll need is you know, things to decorate with, fussy cut stamps. I have a plate here that I usually use with things in it, all kinds of fussy things. That's small. I have some of my postage stamps in this little bowl, and then I have this glass bowl on my table that I use next to me, and it has like, oh sorry, it's really close to the camera, really small pieces of fabrics that I've cut off and used for other projects. That's perfect too. Or small pieces of lace. And then I have this bowl next to my sewing machine, and I usually throw extra threads in there, like if the roll of thread is at its end, I throw it in here. Like these, I've taken a shirt apart, and this was the threads on there that I could use. This was left, you know, when I was tearing some fabric, so I just throw it all in this bowl next to my sewing machine. Yeah, and then you'll need glue, a stapler, scissors, you know, those kind of things. So let's start. I want to, where did I put my, there. So let's start with one piece of the paper scraps. Let's start with the bigger piece, and maybe I'll put it closer. So let's add a ticket. Maybe something from, because this is a bigger piece, from the Beatrix Potter book. This one is The Tale of Flopsy Bunny. And let's use this one. And I'm just gonna fussy tear around it. Put that on there, maybe the ticket on the bottom. And what about some, I want this piece of sewing paper with the writing on it. In the background. No, I don't like that. Maybe let's try some of these threads. There's a little piece of dried flour or something in there. So we'll put the threads on the side, take it underneath, and do we need something else? I have these die cuts that's also Tim Holtz. I think it's wildflowers. Maybe we'll need the lighter pink one. I need a better way to store these. If any of you have good ideas, because it drives me nuts. I can't get, like, it's just a mess. Look at that. So a lot of times when I get them out, they tear. But I do like to keep some of them, you know, just already die cut, so I can just use them whenever I need them. Don't want to take the die cutting machine out every time. I think I'm going to do that. So this one I'll glue. A lot of the Snippet, or it's clusters. We'll just get my mess back into my bag. Oh my goodness. Please let me know if you know how to store this any other way, because it's just crazy. So let's glue all of this on here. Let's just make a bit of a mess with the threads. in the background, and I won't even glue the threads on. I kind of like them just loose, and when I'm gluing the other things, that will kind of glue them down. So let's start with this one. Yeah, so this was the die cut from Tom Holt's Wildflowers. And I love it. It also has a stamp that goes with it. I've bought it, but I haven't used it yet, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Let's glue that one on there, and it kind of keeps the threads down, if I can take my hands out of the way. And this one, this thread came from a satin dress that I had to take apart, and I don't know, it's hard to work with because it kind of just comes apart. So then we'll have Flopsy there and the ticket here. So let's glue the ticket down. Want the ticket to kind of hang off the page, and then this one. And I'm using the art glitter glue or a wet glue just because I do want this to also kind of glue down the threads in the background. Otherwise a glue stick would have been fine. Okay, maybe a bit up there. Okay, so that's our first cluster done. Let's kind of make some so it goes faster. So let's start with the background page, just an old book page. These are very fragile pages, so, and then we want some of our fodder pieces. Just make 3 at a time. Oh, look at this one. I don't know if you can see the postage stamp and the writing, and this was from the Tom Holt stamp that I used. And even the back, oh, it would be hard to pick which side to use. And this, I do want to use the butterflies, and maybe I'll tear around it a bit so it's not just straight edges. Maybe leave that a straight edge, and let's pick one for a piece of fodder for the other side. And I'm gonna tear this as well, and let's do something colorful, the pink one. And let's pick some more elements so we can layer things. This was as avocado dyed paper, just those small pocket no, I've got 2 pages, those small pocket dictionaries that I dyed. I don't know if I should. Let's do this. And I have, let's add the tissue paper on here as a layer, and some, let's use this blue printed paper. In the back, just for some color. So there we already have 3 layers on each, and let's, oh, I have this train stamp that I like that on the pink. Okay, let's do that, and let's use some fussy cuts. Let's see what I have here. this would look cute on that. Then you don't see that. Maybe I need something else in the back there with a bit more color. This green maybe. I'm looking for a specific piece of paper that I know I brought. Maybe I didn't. Or even this. Let's do this. Kind of like that. Yeah. And then the blue one. Let's find something for the blue background. Maybe a rose again. No, I think that's too big. Let's see. What else do we have? Maybe a stamp and a rose. Yeah, I like that. So what you can do is just use your staplers and just staple all of this together. I don't think I want to staple over the rows, so I'm just going to staple these three together just to keep them together, and then glue on your pieces. I'm wondering if I should add some lace to this one. Did I bring? Yes, I did bring a small piece of lace, but that I wanted maybe cheesecloth. Let's use the cheesecloth just to give it a bit more dimension behind the rows. There. And then the rows. And I'm going to glue the rows on with a lot of glue again to keep that piece of cheesecloth. I coffee dyed the cheesecloth just to keep it down. And now try to glue the cheesecloth. Okay, so that's one cluster. And then this one we said, I wonder if I should add something or if this covers too much of it. Let's make this piece bigger so it kind of hangs off a little bit more maybe. Yes, I think like that. So let's glue this. I'm going to glue this one down just because this fodder piece is not totally flat because it was so wet. And you see it's not flat. Do I like that side more? No, let's use the color. And then the train stamp. This one is a Canada stamp, 34 cents. And another cluster. This one is very flat, doesn't have a lot of dimension. Should I add something on here to maybe just give it a bit of dimension? And sometimes it's good to just have the flat pieces. Let's just leave that. And then this one I can staple together again, and I kind of want them to be almost like a bouquet. Just staple them together. And then if you want to keep it flat just a little bit, you I just add some small pieces of glue in there. And yeah, let's do that. And again, I don't want it to be totally flat, so I'm just gonna glue the middle so that pieces can, it's okay if they stand up a little bit. The rows, and of course you can add sayings, words and tags, all kinds of things to these little snippet rolls. So let's decorate one of the tags that we've cut up with a snippet. Where did I put the tags? Let me just find them. Okay, so now that you have some snippet rolls, we've made some tags, it's so easy just to add this to a tag, so to decorate your tag. So I'm just going to, I want to add this on there, but maybe it's blending in too much there, or maybe if I add some of that lace in the background. Yes, let's do that. I'm going to add, oh, this is not fabric scissors at all. This is old scissors from, I think, when the kids were still in elementary school. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just going to add the glue directly to my tag and just glue both of them down, because the glue will seep through the, okay, so there we have. And I might just add a little bit more glue just to secure this better. So as you can see, you can use the snippet rolls to decorate your tags, and I usually don't add something on the top until I've decided where I'm going to use it and in which journal. So I will add, some fibers or a piece of fabric on the tag as a tag topper when I decide that where I want to use it. But you can also obviously use the little tabs that we've punched out as a tab topper. Maybe I'll do that, but then I'll just ink this quickly just to separate the tag. I'll just ink the edges, and I'm using vintage photo today just because it was sitting here on the desk. Let's just do this. And let's add the tab. I do like it because it has the green, and the green is in the rose as well, so it kind of repeats the green. So there's one tag decorated with my cluster that I made. So the clusters, if you have a journaling page, a lot of times if you just have a coffee dyed page, it's nice to just have them, like this one is big enough to use as a tuck spot by just gluing it on here and here, and a tag will go into the tuck spot. These ones are smaller, so I would just put them at the bottom of a page as a decoration rather than trying to make it, or if you do want to put small things in like tickets maybe in there. But they are beautiful. Like this page is smaller than, it would probably be more like this size. So just at the top, at the top, if you have a writing page and you just want to add a little bit of decoration, this small little cluster would be perfect. And if you make them ahead of time, you know you have them available. Otherwise you can make them as you're doing your journal. Let's decorate the belly band, and as you can see, I need some glue in here, and that would happen because I just used the glue stick. And usually I would sew, or I think I'll sew around these anyway, maybe. And this would be very easy to decorate, I think, by, let's see if there's something in here that we want to add, something black and white, and then add more color to the page. I'm kind of looking for a vertical image because the belly band is obviously tall and skinny. That's a possibility. So, oh, let's use one of these. These are perfect. So let's just tear these two out and see how we can use them. Maybe we'll just do this, add this to it, and let's add some color with printed pages. And I don't want to cover my entire background. Oh, that's nice. Can be used for something else. Oh my goodness, I don't know. How do we get over saving everything? I do have a problem, I know. Maybe add some, like a tall skinny flower. That's what we need. Let's see what we have in my bowl. Let's take the bigger, I don't know, this bowl just keeps growing. That might work. I just fussy cut things out and put it in here. No, but it's not the right color. And then I just use it, so I never get to putting it into a ephemera holder. I don't even get to that point because I can't keep up with fussy cutting. Okay, so maybe something else. Let's move on. I can make this smaller. Okay, one of those maybe, or maybe that. And oh, there's some really small ones. I'm sorry. I am off screen again. Okay. Let's see if we have this on there. I do like the color of this. It goes well with that. So maybe I'll just... Everything else is torn. Wondering... Just tear part of it. No, still too big. Okay, let's put him there. Or maybe I think I like this one more because it kind of has the reds in it and the greens in the background. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. And Let's see, maybe I wish I had like numbers. I should print out some more numbers. At the moment I'm just having so much problem with my printers. It's just the one thing after the other. Feels like you can't ever win. So these were, it's Tracy Fox's labels that I've just printed like 2 and 3 and 4 times on a page, so they're really small. I do like that, because for most of the things you need smaller pieces, I find, if you're making ephemera. Let's put this maybe in there because it has the number 1. I wonder if that was that might have been Artie Mays. Maybe this on here, in here. Okay, let's start gluing. Let's do some inking first. Now I'm in such a mess. I don't know. Oh, there's a number. Let's just totally go crazy and layer. Let's just, before I take everything off, just glue some of this together where I want it, and then I can do the inking later, because if I take this off I'm not gonna get the same composition again. Let's do that. And this. Okay, because I want to ink this first. I'm gonna use Vintage Photo again, Distress ink, and just ink it up. This will be a belly band made from some fodder pieces, old book pages, and then this one I want to ink as well. Oh no, that's too dark. It's okay. I will survive. Worse things have happened. I'm using these makeup brushes. I ordered them from Amazon. I can't find, I know a lot of people say they find them at the dollar store, but I can't seem to find them in my dollar store. I'm thinking, just to give it a little bit of glitz and glamour, I want to add some of this copper wax. It is metallic wax, rich copper, and what's the company? It's from Prima Marketing. And I'm thinking I just want to add some to the clock, just to give it a bit of shimmer and shine and make it a little bit more glamorous. Okay, so let's glue it to our, I can just clean my finger, otherwise everything will be covered in copper, and that's not what we want. And maybe I should just clean up a little bit as well. So this belly band, let's put it this way. I'm going to glue it down from the back now, because I can see where I need glue. Just makes it a little easier than trying to recreate. If you take everything off, I find I never get it back the way that I was happy with it in the first place. So yeah, if you can let me know how you store your fussy cuts and organize them. I mean, I probably organize like flowers with flowers, but I am having a tough time to find something that works for me. Organizing all these small little pieces, because I do a lot of fussy cutting and I do use a lot of the images from the books. and some digital kits, but I do like using the book images because I have a lot of books, and at the moment my printer's not working, so I don't have a choice. So that's my belly band. I will glue it down like this and this on a page, and then let's just use this tag. This tag is very dimensional, but then it will go in underneath you can tuck something underneath the belly band. I might just put a little bit more glue on this one too while I'm looking at it. Sorry, I'm off camera because it's just a little too dimensional. Okay, so let's see what we've made today out of these fodder pieces. I have a lot here, but I'll be using them in making a lot of things over the next couple of weeks, so you can never ever have enough paper. And like I say, it's too hard to throw paper away, so it's good to find, for me, to find ways to use this. Look at this, I just love this. It's with the barcode on there with the inks. Anyway, I can go through that for a very long time. So I made the masterboard off screen, and I did some tags from the masterboard. These tags and belly bands that I will decorate on my own time, put it in my to-do box. And then we made this belly band that still needs a little bit of glue. And this tag with the masterboard background and the snippet rolls we made. So we made that snippet roll, or snippet piece, cluster I suppose, and this one, and the one very simple one with the train, and this one I might just add a little bit of glue in here and glue that onto my tag because it gets stuck in everything. Anyway, I'll glue that down once I have time. So yes, that's what we made today. I hope you had fun watching this, and I am very excited about using the fodder pieces even more, and you will see them popping up in upcoming projects. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a really nice rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!